Here's where we're going to ground ourselves, getting ourselves ready for our practice. It's completely up to you if you want to use clarity as your intention word or if you want to use another word. We're going to come to our breath. Take an inhale in through the nose. Exhale, open mouth. Again, inhale in. And exhale, release the shoulders. 2 more times like this. Inhale in. And exhale, release. 1 last time. Inhale in. And exhale, release. We're going to take that right ear down onto our right shoulder. Taking that hand against our opposite shoulder. Feeling that expansion, that stretch in the neck. And when you're ready, taking that hand down, chin to neutral, and neck over to the other side. Ear all the way on to the other side. Grab that hand to the opposite shoulder. And when you're ready, coming back to center, taking your chin down towards the chest. Let's open up that shoulder. We're going to interlace our hands behind our backs. If our hands don't interlace behind our backs, feel free to just rest the hands behind you. We're allowing those shoulder blades to come together. It's the overall purpose of this stretch. Again, allow that chest to be nice and high, keeping that chin down on the chest. And on the exhale, with our hands still behind our shoulders, take that gaze up towards the ceiling, resting the head on the back. Maybe parting your lips, unclenching your jaw. On that exhale, we're going to begin to forward fold. You can keep those hands behind you if it's available to you, allowing that forehead to come down onto the mat, those arms to come overhead. If the arms don't come overhead, feel free to rest them on the backs, palms down. On that exhale, coming back up to a seated position. Releasing our arms overhead, feeling those shoulders start to open up. Going to bring wide circles in the arms, bringing them around behind us. Nice wide circles. Pausing at the top, and now we're going the opposite direction with our circles. Really opening those shoulders. If we've been doing a lot of sitting, a lot of poor posture, this is here to help. Allowing those hands to pause at the top. Bring that gaze up towards your hands. Forward fold, bringing those hands all the way down to the mat. Allow your forearms to melt into the ground. Allow your head to come down where you are. Forearms release away from your shoulders. On that exhale, walking those hands over to your right side. And coming back to center and to the opposite side. Feeling that stretch, that opening of your side body, allowing that knee to be soft. Coming back to center. And on your next exhale, walking those hands back up towards the body. Going to bring our feet out in front of us. Taking those feet out in front, just shake the feet out. Allow those knees to just get a little shake. Bringing those knees to stillness, flexing the toes back towards our body. We're sitting up nice and tall, so that spine is nice and long, allowing that chest to be proud, those shoulders to be back. We're going to inhale, bring the arms up this time. Slight bend in the knee if you need it, allowing those heels to be down on the mat, toes up, flex back towards you. On that exhale, we're going to lower those hands down by our sides or onto our feet, wherever we are. Allowing that belly to rest on the thighs, that head to come down. Feel that stretch. We're keeping those knees bent, allowing that lower back to just release. Maybe rock from left to right. Coming back to stillness. Inhale, bring the arms up overhead. We're going to do a flow. We're going to exhale, forward fold, and inhale, coming back. So to your breath, we're going to do that 5 times. Exhale, release down towards the feet. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, release down towards the feet. Inhale, come back up. 3 more. Exhale, release down. Inhale, come back up. And 2 more. Exhale, release down. Inhale, come back up. Last 1. Exhale, down. Inhale, come back up. Allow the hands to come down by your sides. You're going to bring yourself around to your tabletop position. Coming onto your hands and your knees. Allow those wrists to be nice and light. We're heavy in the fingertips, heavy in the knuckles. Those feet are going to be untucked. Tops of the feet are on the mat. Nice neutral spine. We're going to round out our hips here, making little circles. You can go as fast or slow as you like. Once we get to the top again, we're going to pause and go in the opposite direction. If you feel your body starting to make little noises, it's all right. Pausing at the top. Taking that right leg out behind us, flexing the toes down. The heel is going to be pressed down towards the earth. Feel that stretch on the back of the leg. And I want you to allow that hip to really stretch back here. That gaze is down towards your hands. Lift the foot off the ground in line with the hip. Cross the leg over to the opposite side. So you want to bring it to the outside of that mat. Crossing that leg back. Feel that stretch of the body. And then I want you to turn towards that back foot. That foot that's all the way on the other side. Turn your body towards that foot. Look back. Come back to the hands. Bring that foot down back to your tabletop position. We're going to go to the other side. Again, we're allowing that heel to come down towards the earth. Flexing that heel down. Bringing that foot up in line with the hip. And we cross it over our body, over to the opposite side. Again, you're turning. Look towards that foot. Feel that stretch on your body, that side body. On that exhale, uncross, come back to your hands and knees. Give your body a little shake from left to right. We're going to bring our knees out as wide as our mat. Allow those big toes to touch. Pushing back towards our heels. Coming into our child's pose here. And when you're ready, walk those hands over to the right side. Full stretch in your side body. Allow those forearms to come down. Allow that head to release into the mat. And over to your left. Coming back to center. Again, knowing that child's pose is always here if you need it. Bringing the gaze towards the hands. We walk our feet back to our tabletop position. Hands right in line with our shoulders, tucking your toes back, shifting the weight towards your hips. Nice toe stretch here. Shift our weight forward. We're coming up onto our knees into our first downward facing dog. Paddle out your feet, moving your hips. On that next breath, bring those heels to stillness, pushing away with your hands, shifting that weight back towards your heels. Bringing those shoulders away from your ears. Allow that head to release, maybe shaking the head yes and no. Bringing your gaze towards your hands. Walk your feet towards your hands. We're in our forward fold. Looking down at our feet are hip distance apart. That second toe is tracking forward. Ragdoll pose here. Allowing ourselves to just move and sway from left to right. Shifting the weight into the balls of our feet. Allow that head to release. Looking behind you. And when you're ready, come to stillness. See if you can get those elbows just a little closer towards the mat, hinging at your hips. Releasing the hands down. We're going to take our hands underneath of our feet. So allowing your hands to come right under your toes. Where those toes are going to be right where the wrists are. Right where that bend is in your hands, you're going to bring them right there. You can also have a bend in the knee if you need to. Feel free to keep that belly on the thigh if that feels comfortable. Allow yourself to just push those toes into the wrists, to the palms. Give yourself a little hand massage here. We're not able to go out and get massages, so we gotta do some self-care on our own. If it's available, you can begin to straighten the legs, allow the head to hang. Get that pressure into the hands. We've probably been doing a lot more typing and texting. And with your next breath, release those hands. Come back to your forward fold. Bringing your hands to shin for flat back. Pushing those shins away, shoulders away from the ears, gazes down onto your mat. Bring those hands down into the mat, step back into your plank. You can flow through or just push back to your downward facing dog, whichever's comfortable for you. Lowering yourself down, pushing up for your upward facing dog, and pushing yourself back to your down dog. Bring the gaze towards the hands, walk the feet towards your hands, forward fold. On that inhale, coming all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. We're going to do our sun salutations. Hands to shin for flat back. Planting the hands down, step back and flow. We'll meet in down dog. Bringing the gaze towards your hands, walk your feet towards your hands, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up, arms overhead, extended mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Hands to shin, flat back. Planting the hands down, step back and flow. We're meeting in our down dog. Bringing our gaze towards our hands, walk our feet towards our hands, back to our forward fold. On your inhale, bring the arms overhead, extended mountain, rooting into the feet, gazing up towards the ceiling. I'm going to do a Slight back bend here, bringing those hands kind of behind us. On that exhale, swan dive, down, forward fold. Hands to shin for a flat back. We plant the hands down, step back and flow. We'll meet in down dog. This time we're going to switch it up, going into that sun salutation B. Bringing that right leg up. Open it for a three-legged dog here. Feel that opening of the hip. Straightening our leg, bringing it through to frame the hands. Pivot that back foot 45 degrees. Inhale, come up for your warrior one. Bend down into that front knee. We're looking down at our knee. Is that toe, the big toe, the only toe we see? Is our ankle tracking right over our knee? Exhale, open up to your warrior two. Gazing right over that front hand, that ring finger. Strong back hand. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Maintain your bend in your knee. Exhale, bring your hand down, side angle. Bring that gaze up towards the hand up top behind you. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, windmill your hands down, step back and flow. Bringing that left leg up towards the sky. We're going to bend it and bring it over for a three-legged dog here. Feeling that opening of the chest, opening of the hip. On that exhale, straighten that leg. Bring it through to frame the hands. Pivot that back foot. Come up for your warrior one. Again, bending on this side. Feel that bend in the knee. Exhale, open out warrior two. Maintain your bend. Keep your hips square to the front of the mat. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale to your side angle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And exhale, windmill your hands down, framing the foot, step back and flow. Bringing the gaze towards our hands, we walk our feet towards our hands, put a bend into our knees and sit in our chair. Nice long spine, allowing those heels to dip down into the ground, shifting that weight into the heels. On our exhale, forward fold. Hands to shin for a flat back. Exhale, plant the hands down, step back and flow. We'll meet in our down dog. Bringing that right leg up. We're going to bend it through to frame the hand. Pivot the back foot. Open up to your warrior two this time. Directly windmill the hands open to your two. Inhale, reversing your warrior. Exhale, going to bring those hands down for a side angle. Reversing your warrior. Exhale, open back up to your warrior two. We're going to straighten that front leg. Leaning forward, coming down for our triangle pose, dropping the hand. Bring the gaze up towards the ceiling. That back arm goes up, gaze up towards your hand. Stacking our shoulders, allowing that neck to be soft. Continue your breathing. On your inhale, reverse that warrior, maintain that bend in the knee. Exhale, windmill your hands down, step back and flow. Bringing your left leg up towards the sky, bend it through from the hands. Cartwheel up to a warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale to your warrior two. We're straightening our front leg, hinging forward, leaning towards the front of our mat, dropping that top arm, bringing that gaze up towards the ceiling. Gaze up towards your hand. Again, allow that neck to be nice and soft, no pressure or stiffness on your neck. Bringing that gaze up, stacking our shoulders. We're opening our chest here. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Come back to that bend in the knee. And on your exhale, windmill your hands down, frame the foot, step back and flow. Yogi's choice, bringing that gaze towards your hands, walk, step, or jump to the top of the mat. Bend your knees and sit in your chair. On your exhale, forward fold. Hands to shin for flat back. Planting the hands down, step back and flow. We'll meet in our down dog. Bringing the right leg up. Bring it through to frame the hands. Pivot that back foot, open up to your warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, I want you to bring your both arms up. We're going into our warrior one pose. We're going to bring that back foot gently in. We're going into our warrior three on our right. On our exhale, we're bringing our front knee, leaning into that front knee, coming off of the back foot, warrior three. Rooting down into that standing foot, pointing the toes down. We're coming forward. You can have your arms out in front or back for Superman arms, whichever one's comfortable for you. On that exhale, bring that back foot back to your warrior one. Exhale, lower the hands, step back and flow. Lifting that left leg up towards the sky. Bend it through, frame the hand. Coming up for a warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse. We're coming to that warrior one, bringing both arms up in front. That back leg is going to come in just a little, giving us that leverage to push off of that front foot. When you're ready, we're rooting into that front knee, hinging forward for warrior three on our left. One side may be better than the other, accepting where we are. Our gaze is right out in front of us. Again, whatever's comfortable for your arms, you're looking right ahead of you. Focusing on something that isn't moving. And on that inhale, coming back to your warrior one position, bending into that front knee. Exhale, root the hands down, step back and flow. Bringing the gaze towards the hands, walk, step, or jump to the top of the mat. Sit back in your chair. On that exhale, bring yourself to stand. Moving those shoulders out, shaking the legs out here. We're back at the top of our mat. Allowing our feet just to get a little wiggle. Those toes to get a little bit. We're coming back to the breath. Checking in, making sure we're good. Allow yourself to come to your mountain position. Coming back to your breath. I want you to focus on something that's directly in front of you, something that isn't moving. We're going to shift our weight into our right foot. Bringing that left heel up. We're coming onto the ball of that left foot. When you're ready, you can hug that left knee into your chest. Feel free if you need to balance on something, to hold onto a chair or a wall, feel free. Rooting those toes into the mat. On your exhale, lower that foot down, shake it out. Coming to the other side. Shifting that weight into the left foot. On that inhale, bring that knee up towards your chest. Hugging it in. Rooting into that standing leg. On your exhale, lower that leg. Shake your feet out here. Bringing your feet out as wide as the mat. Turning those feet out if you need to. Bringing those arms up overhead. Inhale in. Exhale, lower the arms. Inhale, bring the gaze up. We're going to bend here. Bend our knees down, squatting down. Exhale, stand. We're going to do that 2 more times, sinking the arms and the knees, bending the knees. Inhale in, bend down. Exhale, bring it back up. Inhale in, arms come up, bend down. Exhale, stand up, arms down. Last one, inhale in, bend the knees. Exhale, stand, arms down. Last one, we're going to inhale just the arms this time. Turn that right foot out towards the right. Shift that back heel where we're comfortable, almost like a warrior one. On that exhale, we hinge forward towards the inside of that knee. We're here in our pyramid pose. Allow that head to hang. You're going to feel this in that hip, maybe even your hamstrings. Feel free to bend the knee if you need to. Modify where you are, listening to your body. On that inhale, bringing both arms up overhead, coming back up towards the sky. On our exhale, bringing those arms behind us, interlace the fingers. Allow the shoulder blades to come together. On our next exhale, we're going to exhale to the inside of the knee with our arms up. Exhale, come down. Allow those hands to come up behind you. Allowing that head to release. We're rooting down on both feet. And on our inhale, we come up to standing. Slowly, one vertebrae at a time, allowing that head to come up last. Inhale, bring the arms up overhead. Counter stretch here. Bringing that foot back in. We're coming back to center. Left leg points out, left foot turns out. Turn your body towards that left foot. On your exhale, hinging forward, allowing those hands to come down towards the inside of your knee. Slight bend in the knee if you need it. Relaxing that hip, you're looking back at that back foot. Allowing your body to surrender down, feeling that bend at the hip. Allowing those shoulders to release. On that inhale, bringing both arms up overhead, bringing our body up, gazing back up towards the sky. Exhale, bringing those hands behind us, interlacing our fingers, bringing those shoulder blades to touch. And on our exhale, same thing on this side, bending down, allowing those arms to come up overhead to the inside of the knee. Allowing your head to release, looking back at that foot. Letting gravity to take over with the arms. And on your next inhale, coming back up. Bringing the arms up overhead, counter stretch here. And coming back to center. On that exhale, we hinge forward to the center of our body, allowing those hands to come down. Your hands can rest on the mat. That head comes towards the mat. Allow your head to release. You're looking behind you, shifting that weight into the balls of the feet. Allowing your body to surrender here with that hinge at the hips. Walking your hands over to your right side, framing the right foot with your hands. Coming back to center, framing the left foot with your hands. And back to center. We're going to bend into that right knee, straightening the left. Feel that stretch. And back over to the opposite side. Feel that stretch. Going to do that one more time on each side. That feels good. Bring it to the right. And over to the left. Coming back to center, back to our forward fold. Heel toeing the hands, the feet in until we get back to our forward fold. I want you to squat down, rooting your hips down and your bottom down towards the mat. Bring those hands behind you, sit on your bottom. Bringing those feet up towards the top of your mat. Allowing that chest to be nice and proud. Bringing those arms up overhead, feeling that core engagement, those shoulders back, that gaze is up, chest is up nice and high. On your exhale, tuck the tailbone in. Allow everything to come down. Rooting those feet as much as possible. Keeping the feet down, keep the feet down. Come down onto your back, arms overhead. Allow those shoulders to melt into the mat. Come to your breath here. Just take a pause. Take a minute. Enjoy the music. Taking that right knee, hug that knee into your chest. And then the left knee in. Give it a little rock from left to right. Making circles in the sky with your knees. Keeping those knees together as much as possible. And over to the opposite side. And back to center, hug them in. Taking our feet up towards the sky, flexing our toes down towards our bodies. Allow that spine to be in contact with the mat as much as possible. Allow those shoulders to release. We're letting our back come to zero, to neutral. Our gaze is up towards our toes. Allowing ourselves to just feel that pressure, feel that weight come down onto our lower back. Allow those shoulders to release. On that exhale, we're going to put a bend into the knees. Allow the feet to be flat on the mat. Coming back to where that back was nice and flat. Even if that means tilting that pelvis just a little bit to get that spine flat on the back. I want you to lower down your left leg, keeping that right knee bent. We're going to hug that right knee into our chest. And on that exhale, allow that knee to cross over your body. Let it fall down on the mat. Taking that right arm out to a T. That left hand can come over the thigh as long as it's not on your knee. Bring your gaze towards that right hand, opposite of your knee. Just let yourself melt here. Let yourself relax into the movement of the posture. Gravity takes over. With every exhale, you just release yourself into the mat. One more full cleansing breath. And when you're ready, hug that knee back into the chest, coming back into your mat. Give it a little rock from left to right. Swap out the legs, lowering the right and bringing in the left. Again, same thing on this side. Crossing that leg over your body. Right hand can be on the thigh. We're going to turn our bodies, bringing that gaze towards our back hand. Allow your body to release. Taking one more full cycle of breath here. And on your inhale, bring that knee back into the chest. Hug it in. Bring that right knee in as well, nice and wide. I want both knees to be towards your shoulders. Rock back and forth, nice and wide here. We're bringing those feet down towards the mat. Keep the knees nice and wide. The feet are going to be as wide as your mat. We're going to let the left knee fall down into the center, turning towards the right. So just let that knee fall wherever it is. Let that knee fall down. See if you can turn away from the knees. Turn that head away. Coming back to center, bringing that gaze back to the ceiling, knees back up. And let the right knee fall in this time to the center. And bring that gaze away from your knees. We did a lot of work within those hips, so just letting yourself relax here. Letting those shoulders release. On your exhale, coming back up. Again, both knees are out nice and wide. We're going to have both knees to fall into the center. Allow the knees to come together. Maybe they touch, maybe they don't. That is completely okay if they don't touch. You're just going to be on the edge of the big toe edge. Pinky toes are up. Pinky toes up. Pinky fingers up. Allow your shoulders to come down. Just allow your body to surrender. You're feeling this stretch all along the tops of the hips. Really, really is helpful when you just stretch out this muscle. We don't really get to come into this posture on a seated basis, so this is really good. Take the arms up overhead this time. Just give your body a full stretch. On that exhale, bring those knees back to center. We're going to bring the knees into hip distance, feet track forward, rock out the hips. Just give them a little windshield wiper rock. Bringing those knees to stillness. Cross the left leg over the right. We're going to let that left foot fall all the way down onto the other side. Let that foot fall while that foot is flat on the mat. Hands can come out to a T. Turn your gaze away from your knees. You're looking over to the left side. Releasing tension within that hip. No tension in the shoulders. Shoulders are flat on the mat as much as possible. Feel that stretch on that outer hip, that thigh, that glute. On your exhale, coming back to center, going to bring the foot back. Uncrossing our leg, giving our knees a little rock here. Releasing the tension from that lower back. Crossing the right leg over the left. Wide figure four cross. Allowing that knee to be away from your hips and away from your body. Bring our hands to a T and allow that right foot to fall over flat on the mat. Falling over to the other side. Taking your gaze away from your knees. Allowing those shoulders to come down. Nice cleansing breaths here. With every breath, just allowing your body to surrender into the mat. Continuing to breathe. And when you're ready, bringing that foot back up to center. Uncrossing your foot, giving those knees a windshield wiper, rock from left to right. Keeping those feet tracked towards the front of the mat, bringing our hands down, palms down. Walk our heels back to where our fingertips just meet the heels. We're setting up for our bridge pose, so that means allowing those shoulders to release down. We're pressing into our feet, allowing those hips to come up towards the ceiling. With every exhale, just pushing up just a little bit more. Engaging those quads, engaging your glutes. Pushing up towards the ceiling. On that exhale, release down. Give your knees a rock from left to right. Setting up one more time for our bridge pose. Bring those knees, heels in towards the fingertips. And push up towards the sky. Pushing up for bridge. If interlacing your fingers behind your hands behind you, stacking your shoulders is in your practice, go ahead and feel free to do that. If not, just continue pushing up as high as you can go. And on that exhale, lower everything down nice and slow. Hug your knees into your chest, nice and wide here. We're going to rock down onto our right side. Allow that elbow to come down and then over to our left. Coming back to center. Hugging both knees into our chest, giving it a rock. Taking our hands out to a T, allowing those knees to fall over to the right side. Supine twist here on our right. Bring our gaze opposite of our knees. Allowing our bodies to surrender down. Cooling our bodies down. And when you're ready, engaging your core, keeping the knees together as much as possible. Bring the knees back to center and over to your left side. Again, setting your gaze opposite of your knees. We're really opening those shoulders. Allowing our lower back to get a little twist. One more full cycle of breath, just releasing tension within the body. Noticing where you're holding on. And when you're ready, engaging your core, bringing those knees back into your chest. We're coming back on our backs, hugging the knees in, giving it a rock from left to right here. Going to bring those feet up towards the sky one more time. Little counter stretch here. We're going to pedal our feet, bending our knees, lowering our feet down as we pedal, bringing them down towards the earth until they reach all the way down on the ground. Lowering our feet down. Inhale, bringing those arms up overhead, feeling that stretch overhead. Flex and point the toes here. Give your ankles a little circle. And when you're ready, we're going to bring those hands down for our final pose, our final Shavasana. Those palms can come up. We can allow one hand to be on our heart, one hand on our belly, allowing ourselves to just simply be, releasing tension from the feet. We're starting at the crown of our head. We're unclenching our jaw and relaxing our tongue. Getting space in between our brows. Allowing our head to release into the mat. Our neck is soft. Shoulders are released down. Allowing that spine to be relaxed. Your hips, knees, ankles and toes are relaxed and fully supported on the mat. Letting gravity take over. We come back to our breath. Back to our intention. We're all on this journey. We're even all in the same storm. We're all in different boats. Our intention word is clarity. We all seek clarity at some form in our life for certain things. My wish for you is clarity in whatever decision making you need to make. I want you to continue to breathe here. We're going to take 3 breaths of silence as we release tension in our bodies. Gently bringing awareness back into your body and back into this space. You can do so by wiggling your fingers and your toes, allowing your breath to deepen. And when you're ready, hugging your knees into your chest one last time for our practice this afternoon. Rolling over to your right side, cradle your head if you need to. And when you're ready, using that top arm to push you into our seated position in which we started. You can bring that bend into the knees. Keep them out, whichever's comfortable. Taking those hands to heart center. I want you to thank yourself for showing up for you today. Thanking your body for showing up, supporting you in this practice. I thank you for allowing me to share my practice with you. I thank you for joining. I wish to see you in the next class. I want you to take this energy with you off the mat and onto your day. Namaste. One more thing before you go. Don't forget to like this video and also leave me a comment below on how you enjoyed today's practice. I am very, very interested in your journey and how you're enjoying your classes. Please remember to also subscribe to the channel and then also hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified when I go live. I hope to see you in the next video, and until then, don't forget to live life with intention.